What is up, Solar Opposites fans? This is Kyle Wilson, assistant editor of the Lamplight Review, and we thought now that you've all seen, watched, and loved all of Season 3 on Hulu, it might be time to share our spoiler-filled interview with executive producers Mike McMahan and Josh Bycel that goes even further to spoil the first details of the now-in-production Season 4. So it goes without saying, but I'll still say it here. This interview contains massive spoilers. Also, afterwards, go to lamplightreview.com and check out our transcribed interview with the lead voice actors of Solar Opposites, Thomas Middleditch, Sean Giambroni, and Mary Mack. And now, on with the interview.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Kyle.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for taking time today.
Of course. I mean, listen, you can't get us to stop talking about Solar Opposites. So,
Well, good, because I've been really loving the show. Season 3 is extremely consistent with the funny, and
thank you.
there's so many things I want to talk to you guys about. So might as well get into it. I enjoyed the you don't spend too much time on it, but you get into the expanded mythology every now and then on the show, and we got to see a little bit of what the other 99 Schlorpians are doing out in the universe. Was that a story you've always wanted to tell, or did that just kind of come out about organically this season?
You know, it kind of came about organically. We wanted to dive into information about the galaxy. We've been doing a lot on Earth. And so you see 99 ships, you see the Silver Cops, and we wanted to slowly world build that stuff, and 99 ships also, it's just a fun episode. It's a departure structurally, right? It lets us have a lot of jokes, which we love to do. And you get to see what it looks like when a pupa terraforms a planet, which is something I've always wanted to see. And it makes you understand when the Solar Opposites talk about that, what they actually mean, like what it really means. So I'm really proud of that episode. I'm really proud of this season. The way we break format with 99 ships, the Silver Cops, with the Lion episode, like it's
with
just
episode 4,
such a blast.
the Tim episode.
Hmm?
The Tim episode is another example.
The Tim adventure episode. Yeah, we love world building, and we love going further with ideas within the show than anybody asked us to do, which should feel hopefully surprising to you guys, to the audience.
Yeah, it was, and it's fun to discover those little tidbits throughout and see it kind of expand. And because you wonder the details if you're a nerd and you want to have an explanation for everything. Like these things bother you at night.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Yeah. I have to ask, I felt like you guys were taunting me as someone that just quit 6 months ago. What's with the cigarettes this season? That just was killing me.
I'll tell you what the cigarettes is first off, congrats on quitting.
Thank you.
My dad was a smoker. Many people in my family were smokers. I was born in 81. I had the treat of having like a cab driver accidentally ash on me when I was a kid. I think like cigarettes, because Solar Opposites is all about breaking rules from other TV shows, structurally, character-wise, all that kind of stuff, is cigarettes, you literally have to warn people on screen now if it's going to show up. And it used to just be a part of everyday life. And there's something iconically gross and weird about cigarettes, that it's a thing that people get addicted to that slowly kills them, that the aliens, because they're alien, can just eat like candy and it doesn't bother them. And there's like the aliens drink piss too. And like the word cigarette is funny to me. Like if you bring up a cigarette, like in Solar, we're never trying to be cool. And I think cigarettes have always owned cool. Oh, a cowboy smoking or whatever. And we make cigarettes so uncool that I think we're doing a public service.
No, I can't argue with that. I enjoyed the music selection this season. Some of it, was licensed, and some of it you guys decided to, have, I would say, cover versions, like Sarah McLachlan's "Angel" and "The Best Around" from Karate Kid. What distinguishes your choice to try to license something? Is it a choice comedically? Is it just what you can get the rights to? How do you decide with that kind of stuff?
I mean, I know what Josh wants to tell you instantly is we're a low budget show with a lot of needle drops. We use up every dime of our budget, and we have a 60-person orchestra that comes in for the wall episodes that our composer creates music for and records live. So like sonically, the show is always changing. The real answer is that we can usually only afford the cover song, but increasingly, I think it's funny how often we use cover songs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look forward to it now because
But like we knew we wanted Talking Heads at the end of the season. So there are certain songs that we know we want to pay for, and we just have to sort of really budget it out and see what we can get. And some of the covers sound great.
I wish we used foreign language covers of some of the songs more often.
We should do that moving forward.
That kills me every time.
Yeah.
Speaking of that Talking Heads song, the end of the season, it ends on as someone that does work a daily soul-sucking job occasionally. Is that something you guys are going to explore, or did you just kind of want to end things there on a note that kind of, threw things off a little bit, or is that going to be something that might spill over into a next season?
In next season, in season 4, which we've already written and we're working on, when Solar Opposites returns, it has become an office show. Terry and Corbin are office workers, and
they are trying to go the straight and narrow for
the pupa.
And trying to be.
How long does it last? They're not very employable characters. Well, you'll have to find out how long it lasts. But we knew it would be funny to start season 4 with the show is no longer a family show. It's now an office style show that has a family in it, and we explore that for a little while. The end of season 3, that photocopy machine moment was inspired by the spoilers. Is the last scene of the show, The Shield, not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but The Shield on FX.
Right. Yeah.
Has such a depressing ending and such a great ending. That's kind of what we were going for a little bit with the ending of this season.
Wow. Okay. No, that does make me excited that you guys are going to explore that more. I was hoping it wasn't going to be just a one-off thing, because there is a lot of potential with an office environment for these characters, because they are so out there and strange.
Yes,
I'll tell you, you'll never see where it goes, though. It's still really crazy what we do in the office.
I can't wait. Speaking of, you mentioned the wall stuff. It's affectionately referred to amongst my peers as you come to Solar Opposites for the pop culture references, and you stay for the wall. What went into your decision this season to go back to a split arc that goes into every episode, as opposed to kind of doing a dump at one point in the season?
We always like to make you not sure what you're going to see, and we liked building to bigger, crazier episodes. This season, the big crazy episode, the surprise of it was that it's half Silver Cups, half the wall. That was the introduction to a Silver Cup storyline that will continue for multiple seasons alongside the wall, doing its own story. And I think that we're always challenging ourselves to see how much of the wall we can do and balance with what we really love, which is the solar family as well. Like, you never want one to take over the other. You never want to know which one you're going to get. And this was a transitional season. This is one where Tim and the Mouse Man and Sherry and the church, like, there's a moment of wall history ending and a new era of wall beginning that we're going to start exploring heavily in season 4 that we're already making, and then into future seasons. So, we love the wall. We love writing these stories that are ridiculous, that they're still going. Like, it seems insane that it's even in the show, and that we love that. And we treat it as importantly as we do everything else that we're writing in the show. Like, it's all Solar Opposites to us.
And I think there was even something fun about the first 2 seasons were 8 episodes, right? And the 7th episode, both the first 2 seasons was an all in the wall episode. The first season was the war. The second season was Sherry. And there was something fun about putting that Tim episode up early, just to really change it up. And I think hopefully people will not expect that they'll be like, oh, this is coming so early in the run. then as Mike's saying, it's really part of the bigger thing, which is we finish one thing and start something else, which then by the end of the season kicks off a whole new world in the wall.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's part of the fun of the show is just not knowing how it's going to be portrayed on the screen. And like you said, changing up when you get the bigger episodes and how you disperse the story is interesting. And personally, I mean, I love The Wall, but I don't think I would want an entire season of only just The Wall. I think it works best when it is paired with the levity of the smaller stuff. And that just makes it seem that much crazier and more serious.
Yeah,
We totally
I think,
agree.
like, that's exactly what we're going for, is we never want you to know what's coming.
Yeah, excellent. I also enjoyed the random pop culture celebrity stuff you guys do. Is always just like kills me, and it's exactly my style of humor. The Sylvester Stallone Daylight tour episode was killer. And when you write something like that, do you reach out to the celebrity? Do you reach out to Mr. Stallone, or do you just know that this is ridiculous and you're going to get somebody to do an impression?
Usually it's ridiculous and we do an impression. Season 4, we got a celebrity to kind of bring back a role that's so perfect. But I don't want to spoil that here, but we're always assuming that we're going to just be, because you want to be able to do whatever you want. If you ask a celebrity to play a role and they say no, you have to omit it from the show. You have to come up with a different thing, because now they've kind of like denied you being able to do the thing you wanted to do. But so 99% of the time, we know we're going to do a sound alike and just have fun with it. And then what we really like doing is finding actors that play iconic roles and giving them a new role to play. Like I love Christina Hendricks, and we created this role for her in Solar as Sherry in The Wall, and like getting to utilize her talents in an entirely new role in this is kind of more exciting for me than to have somebody reprise a role that they've played or playing themselves.
Yeah, Kieran Culkin is a great example of that, who will be the lead in the spinoff of Silvercops.
In the in-show spinoff of Silvercops.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Props on the Silverhawks reference. Like that just, I thought I was the only one that knew about that show.
I know. I grew up really wanting.
You're the first one to mention it.
I had the dumb the Eagle like full size toy that shot a missile out of it. The thing.
Did you notice in the background there were also aliens that looked like visionaries in Battle Beasts?
Wow, Battle Beast. That's a deep cut. No, I didn't make that connection, but now I'm gonna have to go back and check it out.
I love Battle Beasts, and I love any toy with a hologram on it. And we created.
Yes. Absolutely, that's fantastic. Oh man, Battle Beast. I used to love those.
You'll see.
That's great. All right,
for it, but they come more into season 4 as well.
Wonderful. I love it. Okay, all right. I'm going to leave you guys with one more question. Appreciate the time, and so basically, I mean, you guys have a good structure to your show, and it's working, and it's unique. But do you have anything bigger in mind that you want to do with the show? Do you want to do like a movie style event or a crossover with another franchise, or do you think you're happy in your sandbox you're in right now?
I would love to do a movie. I would love to do a live theater presentation. I would love to do weird spin-offs. I'd love
Puppets, maybe?
Whatever Disney lets us. Say again?
Muppets would be great.
Yeah, I said Muppets, maybe?
Love that. I mean, there's a little taste of on Apple Arcade. They did
the warped kart racing. I've been playing that.
I love it. I think they did
Fun.
an awesome job, and I love seeing our characters in there with other Fox characters, the other 20th characters. And I don't know, like I'm down for anything. Like our tone is so fun. Like I wouldn't want it necessarily to feel like when the character of the critic went on to The Simpsons and it was like worlds colliding a little bit, but I don't know. I think we're flexible enough to like, I would love to do a huge, massive, crazy movie. Like what's our version of a movie, there's a million things I'd love to do.
That's awesome. And my question was inspired by the warped kart racing game because I have been playing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
They did a great job on that.
It's so
you know
fun.
who loves that game more than anybody I know? My son who plays the pupa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he hasn't unlocked the pupa.
Well, pupa definitely needs to he needs to play as the pupa in the car. I mean, I haven't gotten that far yet either. I think I've got everybody but the pupa.
The pupa's tough. The pupa's
yeah.
key.
I mean, I meant to add, like, obviously getting to voice more lines this season than Pupa. Now that a little older, so it's been fun to see.
It's been a joy. I mean, he's not allowed to watch the show, so it's just a fun thing he gets to do with his dad that he always gets a milkshake after. Like, I think we record the entire season in like an hour and a half, and like then at the end of getting all the lines, I just have a conversation with him that we record, and we bank a bunch of funny little things he says in his voice, and then occasionally I'm like, oh, drop that in there for just have the Pupa say this here, you know what I mean? And like he also put stuff into the show, like he loves Beyblades, that's why Beyblades showed up in the show, you know what I mean? Like I love being a dad, and I love my kids, and like I love that I get to share this with them, but also that they're not allowed to see it. It's just very funny to me. I didn't know what Beyblades were until last Christmas, and I got one from my nephew. Like, exactly.
Beyblades are already in a bin somewhere in my house, having not been played with in about a year.
Go through a Beyblade phase.
Yeah,
my kid
that's
came home
awesome.
from camp the other day and was like, "Do we have any Pokemon cards?" And I was like, "Here we go." Oh,
awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Josh. I really appreciate the time. It was fun talking to you guys, and good luck with season 3. And hopefully, I'll talk to you guys in season 4.
Yeah, we would love that.
Thank you.